Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a good day. So just last week, President Biden signed the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan. And to me, that felt like a tremendous amount of money. But I feel like we get a little bit lost sometimes in understanding where on a local level all that money is being spent and how it's being allocated. So I thought it'd be good to explain a little bit as to where within New York City all that money is going. I'll intentionally oversimplify some of these things, but if you want to speak further about any of it, please feel free to reach out to me. Okay, number one, stimulus checks. $1,400 direct payments to those making under 75K and households making under 150K. That's important because that makes up about 1.5 million households just within New York City. Number two, vaccination sites. There's money earmarked specifically within the bill for New York City to create about 100 new vaccination sites throughout the city. Number three, schools. There's about $12 billion of the $170 billion nationwide that's being allocated specifically to New York City public schools, colleges, and universities. Number four, and kind of the good stuff, direct cash payments to New York City, that is. $6 billion being infused directly into New York City. I think that's an especially important number, and an interesting number actually, given the fact that the mayor just announced a $5.25 billion budget shortfall. There's about $13 billion additionally going to New York State. That's being allocated to things like broadband services and infrastructure that should hopefully have some trickle-down effects, some positive trickle-down effects on the New York City market as well. Number five, transit. $31 billion nationwide being allocated to just transit, and about a fifth of that, $6.5 billion, going just to the MTA. Now, if you're a New Yorker like me, you know that the MTA needs a ton of money, probably more than this, but I am pretty pleased and happy to see that a lot of this money is being allocated to the literal arteries of New York City. Number six, and probably the one that I'm a little bit most frustrated with, is restaurants. The Restaurant Revitalization Fund, which is administered by the SBA, does have money specifically allocated as part of these grants to some smaller, more local mom and pop type restaurants. And there are efforts to make it more equitable via women-owned and minority-owned businesses, but there's not really a geographic focus. And restaurants and bars are the real lifeblood of New York City. So I'm a little bit cautiously optimistic about how this money is being spent, where it's being allocated, but I am hopeful that it does provide a little bit of a shot in the arm to the restaurants that need it most. Do you have any questions about any of this? Please feel free to call me, email me, reach out to us today. I'm looking forward to speaking to you.